Welcome everyone to episode 11 of the weekly debate discussion show, #Shout. I'm TheLoneWalker1.
And I'm Steve Jones 303, and with us is our regular guest and host of the brand new web show, Book Mark. He is the producer of Undead Geek Entertainment and co-host of the fortnightly wrestling web show, Total Markout. Please welcome, ladies and gentlemen, Dan the Geek King Anderson!
I need to slow the fuck down.
Every week we will be bringing you some of the headlines from around the world and discussing the issues as well as throwing in some of our own topics that come to our attention.
From creationism to evolution, from technology to just how much that doggy in the window is, we cover anything and everything on the show. We begin with some news around the world, followed by our own chosen topics.
So that bullshit said, let's have a look at last week's news.
Okay, first of all, Catherine Justin passes at the age of 72. US TV actress Catherine Justin has died at the age of 72 at the hands of lung cancer. Justin starred in Desperate Housewives and The West Wing. It had been 11 years since she'd been diagnosed with lung cancer. Our condolences to the family. Okay, in an auction in Paris, a very rare 80-year-old cover drawing of Tintin comic dated 1932 has been purchased for a record €1.3 million. That's £1 million or $1.6 million. The previous record was held by the same comic cover, drawn by the Belgian writer and illustrator Herg, or real name Georges Remy, or Remy, I'm not sure which one it is.
Remy, I believe.
Right. When it was originally purchased for €764,000, which is £616,895, or $948,352. The drawing is of Tintin dressed as a cowboy and sitting with his dog snowing, as American Indians wielding axes are creeping up on them. The comic is entitled Tintin in America.
It's very much an iconic Golden Age comic as well.
Oh, yes.
Especially European comic.
Indeed. Next news. Australian astronomers have developed a new technique in their attempts to contact intelligent extraterrestrial life, which has sadly had no results whatsoever.
Can't say I'm surprised.
The technique involves using a very long baseline interferometry to examine a star called Gliese 581, which is known to host planets in its habitable zone. The initial result comes to no surprise to the scientific community, as the search for extraterrestrial life is described as a fundamental vast numbers game. It is believed that every star in the sky hosts an average of 1.6 planets, meaning there could be billions of planets yet to be confirmed.
I'm sorry, but when you said baseline, I was expecting them going boom, 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 boom.
Well, it is a normal. I mean, statistically, there has to be at least one planet in the entirety of the universe that supports alien life.
Well, statistically, you'd expect it, wouldn't you?
Yeah, it's not a certainty, but it's like insanely likely.
It's mathematical probability.
Yes.
As opposed to artistic probability. As I've been examining this...
Or linguistic probability.
Yeah, I was painting the Mona Lisa, and it suddenly occurred to me that there could be extraterrestrial life. There we go.
Anyway.
Next.
Okay. 8 decades. Here we go. A library book has been returned to the Northern Library in the Republic of Ireland 80 years late. An unknown borrower of the book slipped it discreetly through the letterbox at the county library last weekend. The book was lent out in 1932, and the late fee has been estimated by the county librarian to be €4,160, which is £3,359 or $5,163 American dollars. This figure is based upon the original fine system established in 1930, which was 1 penny per week. However, the library has offered to waive the fine completely if the borrower simply admits to being the one to return the book, stating, "As good Christians, we decided we would waive the fine if the person appears in person and confesses to have returned the book."
But there's little people and all.
There's the little people as well. When you get us,
Who told the Irish they were allowed to read?
The book itself is a pictorial record of the 31st International Eucharistic Congress in Dublin in 1932.
I have a quick question to the family who borrowed it.
Yes.
Why not go out to a bookstore when it originally came out and buy the feckin' book?
Because it was the 31st International Eucharistic Congress.
Just buy it from the
That's
library.
not a book you can just buy.
Not so much, it's not a book you'd want.
I think you'll find, if you look in the right places, you can buy just about anything.
Anyway, have you noticed that a lot of these stories involve the 1930s? So
Yeah.
I involved the 1930s once!
No, you didn't.
Why are you going to kill my dreams then?
Why have you got to infringe copyright?
Yeah, man, come on. At least I give credit to the dude before I said it.
Yeah, just for the sake of legal stats, he is doing an impression of Chester A. Bum of that guy with the glasses fame.
Or the Spoony Bum.
Just shut the fuck up!
Next!
Mr. Neil Parkin, a worker at Donnery, is making banjos from wood salvaged from buildings at the nuclear power plant in Caithness.
Nothing to go wrong there.
So far, he's completed 4 banjos and is currently working on his 5th at the time of this report.
Why?
Why would you make banjos? I don't
Okay.
No. Go ahead.
So, mandatory bad joke time. I want to fight him so I can recreate dueling banjos. Continue.
That was terrible.
Yeah, it was.
Mandatory bad joke.
But he's co-producer, so he has the right to make bad jokes. I can't stop him.
Fair
He's
enough.
power mad!
Why is this interesting?
What?
Why is this interesting? Some lunatic who lives near the fucking...
It was our job to report the interesting, the weird, the important news as well.
Well, don't call this interesting news if it's weird as well.
And because the rest of it is insanely depressing.
You gotta throw in little niches like this, you know?
Okay, only thing I want to see about those banjos,
yeah.
they turned to hoax.
What, they play the particular tune that all of a sudden...
Yeah, like in Scott Pilgrim, you know, when the bass becomes a bear and the fucking... It becomes this big green monster and then the fucking twins have dragons that come out of their speakers because of the fucking... I keep saying fucking all the time. Because of the volume.
Yeah. I'd like a triangle that turns into a cobra, just so you can go, oh, so you don't think the triangle's badass, do you? Bing, cobra.
Cobra!
Although every time you play this, it would turn to a cobra.
No, I just carry it around so I go, oh yeah, by the way,
But it has to be at a certain level of...
Mr. Martin Robson Riley has found his grandfather's medal for World War I on eBay. Mr. Riley was browsing the popular auction site when he stumbled upon the award by chance. Although the seller had started the bid at 99p, not including delivery, once Mr. Riley contacted him, the seller kindly gave it to him free of charge, stating that he had more right to it than anyone else.
Oh, that's dead nice of him.
Did he prove it, or did he just message him saying, oh, by the way, yeah, if
there were conversations between yes, it is his grandfather.
No. He was just happened to find them. What was he searching for? World War I medals on eBay.
He was looking up certain kinds of memorabilia and all the jazz.
Put him in Australia. I reckon he can find the extraterrestrial life faster than anyone else feckin' can.
Adam, if you find aliens in Australia because they are living in Australia, by definition, they're not really aliens. They're Australians.
You're an alien.
They're illegal aliens.
I hate you, Dad. I hate you so much, Dad. Not as much as Jizme, but I hate you to some degree.
Ah, you love me really, bitch.
Not really.
Next!
Bring me more stories!
Okay, expert at Oxford... You like this one. Oxford... No, you won't. Experts at Oxford University... Experts at Oxford University claim that about 4,600 lives could be saved in England by reducing alcohol intake by just half a unit.
Fuck you!
The government recommends that men drink no more than 4 units per day and women no more than 3.
That's 2 pints.
Alcohol-caused illness is estimated to cost the British NHS a staggering £3.3 billion every year, or just a bit over $5 billion US.
Yeah, you know why? Because people can't handle the buzz.
Yeah, but just reduce by half a unit. We're not saying only drink half a unit. We're saying reduce by half a unit.
I reduce it half a unit, so that's 1.5 pints.
Sure. Why not? See, I never drink in terms of units. If for whatever reason a police officer, say I was at a bar, someone was killed, and then they're asking me, and they ask me, how many units have you had, sir? I'm just going to stare at them and go, I don't fucking know. Well, I would do it be 0 because I don't drink anymore. But assuming I was drinking, it'd be like, well...
I mean, see, that's where I get every time. It's like, how many units you had, sir? Today, that would be 24.
Do you reckon at some point pint glasses are going to start having a unit measure, like little like measuring jugs?
On cans of beer, they actually do have it on the side.
Well, that's fine. On a can, that's fine.
On a can that has on the side of beer, it tells you like 2.2 units. Oh well, can't fucking drive no more.
Oh well. On to our next story.
How uncreative do you have to get to just call a unit of measurement a unit?
It's pretty stupid, isn't it?
Remember, it's for the common folk.
Right, next story. Venus has started to move across the face of the sun, a rare 6-hour event that won't occur for another 105 years.
Well, I can put,
Shut
1, 2, 3,
up,
4,
boy.
5. No, 7.
Oh,
It took 7 hours.
The Arctic Northwest America... Sorry, the Arctic...
I watched it.
Shut up!
No!
The Arctic...
That's a photo shoot, right?
Yeah, no, still makes me
The Arctic, Northwest America, the Western Pacific, and Eastern Asia will witness the whole event, whereas the mainland US will see the start, and Europe, including the United Kingdom, will see the end. Scientists will use this event to test theories in an effort to find planets similar to Earth elsewhere in the galaxy. Interestingly, ordinary members of the public are advised to seek professional help if they want to see the event. Basically, The viewing is going on as we speak, and the last chance to see it will be in England, London preferably, at 5:37 a.m. on Sunday, June 10th, and there will appear as a black dot in front of the sun. You can check it out at https://110.venus-transit-2-wash-live-online-here.htm. Fuck you both. The link will
That link was dashing.
The link will be included in the video description.
I would like to point out, the reason I said I've watched it is because I was logged into the NASA uplink and the Slew uplink, and I got to see it from the perspective of the Southern. So I got to see it move.
Yeah,
So
but it's not...
Southern, as in the Southern States?
No, as in the Southern Hemisphere of the
I
world.
was going to say, it's not the Southern States going, look at that bright light.
No, I went in, I used New Mexico's, Australia's, Hawaii's.
There's something big in the sky.
That's hotter than the 11 secret herbs and spices.
What's God doing? My God, it's getting brighter here.
Oh, we've killed Stephen.
I hate you both.
Yeah, but you've just made us listen to that fucking link, mate. Which then you just finished by going, the link will be posted.
I sincerely apologise that the headlines are told, this last got a boob job, that
Which one?
I'm very sorry that boobs are not a part of this episode.
It can be if you want.
Fuck
You! Right now, you're acting like a massive tit.
I'm not it. I'm trying to produce a show here.
We're just trying to produce a funny one, to be honest.
I'm trying to make it entertaining.
Come back, AJ, all is forgiven.
Oh!
Hang on, Dan's AJ or your AJ? Because I don't mind Dan's AJ.
I'm only one who let us see that.
Moving on. A think tank for the Institute of Public Policy Research has said that victims of crime in England and Wales should be able to track the progress of their cases online.
What with GPS?
They state that they want updates on investigations, arrests, court appearances, and prison sentences made accessible via people's mobile phones or a secure website.
Twitter!
I just like to find out, does that mean they're going to get texts like jailed and LOL smiley face?
This is following a survey conducted last year by Victim Support that claimed that more than half the victims who reported incidences did not get updates, which the IPPR claim had a direct impact on public confidence in the UK criminal justice system.
Hashtag guilty.
Part of my problem is, they say, or a secure website. There's no such thing as a secure website. There is no secure website. And no offense, I understand that people want updates, but if you really want to update, do it the old-fashioned way, talk, face to face, all that.
There are going to be Facebook, like really emo Facebook statuses by the police just going, cannot seem to get him.
What do you want the jury to give their opinions via Twitter?
They have Instagram on the court appearances.
Ching!
There's some good.
I fucking hate Instagram.
I love it.
I hate it, but, we'll talk about that after the headlines. But trust me, we haven't got many left. We've got 2 left, if you could survive that fucking long.
No, I just read the fucking title of the next one, no?
So Paul McCartney has confirmed he will end the opening ceremony of the London Olympic Games on July 27, 2012.
Good, Steve.
He stated on BBC Radio 5 Live, I've been booked, and then went on to say that he will be closing the opening.
Could be fucking going to sleep then watching that fucker.
And the last story in the headlines.
What do you mean that wasn't done and boring?
Residents of the Perthshire villages of Dull will find out this weekend whether their efforts to forge title to the US town of Boring have been successful. Officials in Oregon, USA are set to vote on whether the 2 places should become sister communities. If the vote is successful, the Dull community believe it could have real benefits for the Scottish village. So yes, there's a city in Scotland called, a village in Scotland called Dull, and a village in Oregon called Boring. Town called Boring. And they want to become sister communities.
So hold on, wait a minute. It was not bad enough that you're Dull, Perthshire.
Yeah.
And you're going to be
Boring,
Oregon, and you're going to be sistered.
Yeah, to become Dull and Boring.
That is some genius thinking there, It is.
Yes.
That's the bad one.
And that was the interesting headlines, whether they like it or not. So now over to Geek, who introduces the first topic that we're going to discuss.
Okay, I believe the first topic we decided on would be the announcement of the new gay superhero in DC.
Not that there's anything wrong with that.
Not at all. And the fact that it's not that he's a gay superhero that's getting to mention, it's the fact that he was a previously heterosexual superhero.
Yeah, they've changed the characters.
The character in question is the original Green Lantern, Alan Scott.
Mm-hmm.
Alan Scott was the Green Lantern in the Golden Era. He was actually originally the story was very much based on Aladdin. His name was even Alan Ladd. But they got into some legal dispute with an actor of the same name.
Yeah.
In the Golden Age. Golden Age comics, for you who don't know, are the original Batman comics, the original Superman, stuff like that. It's before the 60s, if I'm correct, maybe 50s.
Mm-hmm.
During that time, he had a period where he had the whole story. I mean, the original Flash, what a lot of people don't realise, isn't Barry, Bart, or Wally. It was Jay Garner. So Alan Scott had a lot of things about him. He had a very different style as well to, as you can see on some of the pictures that may appear on this. I'm not entirely sure. Probably not, but you can Google him.
Basically, if you Google Alan Scott, you'll see that his design was far different from all the other Green Lanterns.
But it's official. DC have said that in Earth 2, Issue 2, which is the new reboot of Earth 2 comics, which is what he mainly focused on, as an alternative Earth to the rest of the world. He will be seen, embracing with his partner, we're led to believe, named Sam.
Mm-hmm.
And some of the news headlines picked it up. Here we go. The New York Post picked it up with the writer of Earth 2 said, James Robinson says, he's very much the character he was. He's still a pinnacle of bravery and idealism. He's just also gay now. The Emerald Guardian's sexuality was rebooted along with the rest of his fictional universe, part of DC's 52 initiative aimed at rejuvenating their characters.
Mm-hmm.
Robinson said he decided to make the change because making the character young again meant erasing Scott's gay superhero son out of existence. Originally, in the before the reboot last September of the New 52, which is a completely different topic for another day. Alan Scott had been twice married and had two children. One was the superhero became Jade, the girl, and I can't remember for the life of me right now the son, but the son became a homosexual man as well. So it was something that they've done there.
Well, it didn't become homosexual.
Mm-hmm. Well,
because he ended up getting to that.
Well, I say became because of the eventuality of the fact that the comic book the writer decided that at one point he would become gay.
Yes,
that's what I mean. I don't mean.
Obviously, we're not here to discuss nature nurture. It's just I want to stress out just for anyone that may want to kick up a fuss over Frozen.
Yeah. Oh, there it is. There, Robinson recalled the only downside of his being young was we lose his son, or Poseidon, who happens to be gay. So I thought, why not make Alan Scott gay? That was the seed that started it. He ran an idea by the bosses at DC, who signed off without hesitation. The USA Today picked it up.
Well, the two big complaints come from basically fans of the. Basically come from fans and basically come from let's just call them homophobes, right?
Yep.
The argument from the homophobe side is basically just say, oh my god, it's a character's gay. But in fact, I've actually not directly dealt with one such individual, but my partner has. She was talking to someone that we both know, and quite frankly, I'm glad I never speak to, who was bitching about how making a DC hero gay is going to convince children to be gay.
Oh, there's a group. 1 Million Mums Against Homosexual Characters.
Yes.
This came out because of Marvel's recent announcement of the fact that they will be having their first gay marriage in comics. North Star and Astonishing X-Men 51 out June 20th will be having the first gay marriage on panel with his longtime partner Kyle. And it's North Star hasn't got a lot of criticism, but people just said they're cashing in on the time era and that.
Yeah.
The reason, though, that people don't criticise about the fact that North Star's always been gay.
Yeah.
And was the first openly gay character in comic book history.
Yeah.
Coming out, I hate the term, coming out the closet.
Yeah.
In 1992. So, that's not like they've just made them gay.
The thing is, if your argument is, oh my god, because gay is so wrong, you first have to prove that gay is wrong and try not to use God in your fucking argument.
That is the funny. I like when I'm arguing with someone who is a homophobic. I do like just sharing, just going, hang on, I've got a quick question for you, Luis. Yeah, why? Seriously, what reason do you have?
It's it is ridiculous. Now, so with that one, I can spend all day explaining why they're wrong and then mocking every single one of the homophobics. Yes. But let's not waste my time with that.
Let's talk about the cool part, the comics.
But not so much. It's not just that. The other reason is that people, once again, think is cashing in.
Well, that's what I was sort of.
That's what the fans believe.
The fans, and maybe they are. I mean, there's a good reason to think that they're cashing in. So, is that a legitimate argument, Jarek?
Let's put it this way. June is lesbian, gay, bisexual, and transgender Pride Month.
LGBT.
There's a Q in there as well. I don't believe it. I know what Q is, but apparently Q is in there as well now.
That's a new one to me.
Probably quasi-sexual or something.
I'm surprised there's a P in there for pansexual.
I think there is a thing that they're going to... Well, it's slipping letters in now.
It's generally considered just to be LGBT.
Yeah.
And everything
so
else
it's Pride Month. They've done this. All happens to coincide in June.
Mm-hmm.
Obviously, it's a big topic in America right now.
Of course.
So, there's an argument that they have cashed in. At the same point, a lot of it whenever there's been a gay character in comics, whether it be DC, Marvel, 2000 AD, Archie. Archie was the character recently who became the first gay character in Rivendell, the home. When he turned up, he was a former veteran, which really sparked all the more,
Yeah.
Former veteran who became gay.
Because veterans can't be gay.
Because, Americans, they're never gay. And,
don't ask, don't tell, by that time, boy.
Yep. And, so there's a lot of, they always come out organically.
Yes.
It's never forced upon you. I like the fact that, I read a comic called Young Avengers, I used to when it was out. Mm-hmm. And, there was straight away, there was a relationship in there that was a homosexual relationship, but it was kind of hinted at for about 4 issues, and then boom, it was just, it's there. Yeah, that's it is. And then it was still, that came out in, I believe, 2006, I may be wrong. But it was only recently that they showed the two kissing for the first time.
Yeah.
And that was, it's a big thing, the first panel, was like, who gives a fuck?
Yeah.
Fair enough, it's a big thing, it's going to get media attention, but Marvel don't do it. Marvel did it because it's part of the story and it felt like.
I am willing to bet that the people people in uproar about the whole kissing in the comics, I'm willing to bet they will have at some point in their life gone onto Google Images and looked up the version where 2 female superheroes are making out.
Well, he's
more than likely do.
He's my issue, because when you get any group of people complaining about something,
yes,
they split into 3 categories. The first is people who are jumping on the bandwagon and actually don't know what the original complaint is. 2, people who know what the original complaint is, but haven't actually witnessed it themselves, have heard it on the grapevine. For a big example of that one, you got to look at Jonathan Ross and Russell Brand when they did the Pride Calling. And then the third group are the people who actually know what it is, were witness to the event. And it's that group that I care more about, because the other 2 are just morons. So the ones that actually witnessed the events, like people who complain about, oh my god, well I read the comic and oh my god. We're like, okay, well what was the problem? Well, he was gay. And what was the problem? You have to explain why homosexuality is a problem. You can't just say gay is bad, because I swear to God, you bring God into it, I'm curb stomping you.
If you bring God into it, God is considered as a man, so really you're just not helping your own case.
You might remember a while ago when Shout was under the old format of the guests coming on debating particular topics, one topic each. I addressed the topic of homosexuality due to a letter that this house had received from our local church in regards to legislation or jazz, and basically wanting us to vote against certain legislation, shit like that, which would basically go towards gay marriage. My problem, I explained on there that there was absolutely no conceivable evidence whatsoever that homosexual parents could create homosexual children, or homosexuality is spread in such a manner, or that homosexuality has any kind of impact. In fact, I even was able to prevent the statistical arguments that suggest that children that grow up in a homosexual parenthood actually have a more stable childhood and growing up because they're with people who actually want them. You can't be a gay couple and accidentally have kids. And all that jazz. So, people are still to find without the use of God and AIDS to find the issue with homosexuality. And then on the subject of AIDS, guess what? Not every gay person has AIDS. In fact, a lot of straight people have fucking AIDS. And you know what? A lot of gay people, they use condoms. You know why? Because it kind of helps. You know why a lot of straight people use condoms? Same fucking reason. We actually have a lot in common. Well, you know, well,
there's more point. It's not like it's the first gay character.
Exactly.
Let's say North Star.
Yeah.
What people, if anyone's angry, not because they're casting it, it's because they wiped out the man's history. Which is, you know, any character, whether they make him gay or not afterwards, you destroy a history that we've invested in, people get annoyed. But here, I've got a list of characters here that are gay, right?
Yeah.
You have North Star, Midnight, and it's Apollo and Midnighter from the Wildstorm.
Mm-hmm.
Now in Storm, they were in Storm Watchers. Now I believe they're in a Justice Leagues of some sort.
All right.
But they're a gay couple.
Yeah.
And they've always been, it's always been acknowledged. But they've never gone really through a turmoil or anything like that. Yeah. People are like, well, come on, we'd like to see some sort of, you know, passion, something that makes you stay together other than just that you're a couple. Then you've got The Question, the second one, Renee Montoya, who obviously was the one who debuted in the animated series of Batman.
All right.
She was a cop at first.
All right.
Gotham PC. Something like that.
Yeah.
And then debuted in the comics later on. Shatterstar and Richter are two from the X-Men. And the X-Men alone is a whole philosophy based on, at first it was based on race, and then it became homosexuality, and then it became any outsider. But Shatterstar, is a character that was asexual to start off with.
Yeah.
Richter was a character that had always been straight, and then decided, but they had this bond to Shatterstar that he just couldn't explain.
Yeah.
There you go, from the Young Avengers, Wiccan and Hulkin. Yeah. You know, they were the two that was on about before. The young teenage, you know, not young teenage, but like young adult teenager couple, you know, who have gone through a lot, you know. Hulkin is half Kree, half Skrull. So straight away, you know, that's also the mixed race, and the two alien races that are in a 1,000-year war or something stupid.
I mean, basically, gay characters are not really a phenomenon. They are just as likely to occur in any hand-picked, you know, group of people, you know.
And the major one is Batwoman. Batwoman is by Batwoman, of course, I mean Kathy Kane, the original Batwoman, is a lesbian who, however, knows that she is a sexual being, and when she puts the cape and the cowl on, uses that to her advantage to males, and will often kind of seduce them while she's thinking, and then next thing you know, when she's out of it, though, she's she's with a girlfriend or whatever. And a lot of people don't win, but there was like a poll of who do you think it would be, and Adam Scott, no surprise, was one of the top ones going. A major character, probably the Green Lantern. Obviously, you had the joke ones, Oliver Queen.
Yeah, but my question is, ultimately, should anyone really give a shit?
No.
I mean, if it turns out to
unless you're the creator of the character, and you still care, because the character has been reinvented at least twice. No, I mean, shouldn't, you know?
Here's the thing. I mean, again, gay characters are nowhere near the level of phenomenon, you know, that's there. You know, it's...
I mean, when North Star came out, it was 1992. It was still a hush-hush topic.
Yeah.
You know?
It just seems odd, because kind of like, you know, okay, it's a Green Lantern, we get it, it's quite a rich character, but, you know, characters go through these kind of... I mean, can you remember fucking Rainbow Batman? If an idea doesn't work, it gets squashed very quickly and all that shit, right? You know, but having a gay character doesn't mean they're ineffective. Doesn't mean they're...
The reason this was news was because it was a character from the old... It was an established character, an established hero that was giving a new rebirth, a new reimagining.
But that's
the only reason it became news.
In decades to come, the entire character of Batman is going to be rewritten again.
Batman has pretty much found its niche now. Where it was
you say that, but this is what happens with comics. Back then. People were certain that these stories are going to change. Batman's character is going to change. You know, Superman's character will change.
Oh, God forbid Superman's changing again.
You know, the changes will happen. It's inevitable. You know, you take any story that's ever been created. At this point, every single story ever written is based upon another story. That's how it works.
Not far off, yeah.
We're pretty much at the point of unoriginality. We can't have originality in this day and age because everything's already been done.
Have a Mexican chef ride a taco-flavored spider to save a herd of goat from the evil wizard Zacali.
You could link that back to some old literature. I mean, for example, Lion King is Macbeth.
Oh, yeah.
You know, we know this for a fact, you know. They're all, you know...
Hamlet.
It's Macbeth, surely. Is it Hamlet? I don't think it's Hamlet.
Well, yeah, because the uncle kills the father and then becomes king.
That's Macbeth.
No.
No,
Macbeth is where he kill the king himself. They go mad or something.
Yeah,
crazy.
they kill the king themselves.
No, because the son disappears and then comes back to.
No, it's Hamlet.
No, it's Macbeth.
No.
I'm googling it.
Adam, you were in Macbeth.
Yeah, okay. There are elements of both stories in The Lion King. I see where you're coming from. The Prince of Denmark idea, seeing his father's ghost and then coming back. And I also see your idea because they kill him, he goes mad with power and the son comes back. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to the defining force, I'm Googling it.
Macbeth went to the three... Because Macbeth went to the three witches who said that he couldn't be killed by anyone of mortal birth, of noble birth. But the son of the original king was a Caesarean section.
Right.
So he was able to kill.
Yeah, but you see where the
three hyenas the three hyenas are the witches.
The Lion King is based on the William Shakespeare plays Hamlet and Macbeth.
Oh, well, there you go.
Yeah!
Wikipedia, mate.
Alright.
So he's got elements of both, so Minnie Funk was right.
Yeah.
But yeah, like you say, every story does come back to... You know, Shakespeare wrote the story, and you're like, yeah, well, can we redrudge it again?
That's the thing. I mean,
how many times have you seen Oliver played out in different scenarios? And obviously, that's Dickens, not Shakespeare. Before people try and correct me on that.
But even songs like Moby Dick have been done over and over again, just with the whale being something different.
Yeah.
The idea of a man obsessed with getting this element or this aspect, and then it kills him. You know?
It's kind of what Fatal Attraction is. The film Fatal Attraction with Glenn Close.
It's a tiny bit like the Smurfs movie.
No.
What? Have you actually seen the Smurfs movie?
You watched it at MPH, didn't you?
What?
You watched it for Neil Patrick Harris, didn't you?
A little bit, yeah. And also because it was 3 in the morning, and it was either that or I could watch a series about murder. And I decided that with it being 3 in the morning and I was going slightly crazy, Smurfs would probably be better.
I just have a few things to watch at 3 in the morning.
And we'll leave that to your own devices. But a lot of stuff. In fact, to be honest with you, you don't even get originality in porn. It's
parodies have gone for is really what it is now.
In fact, the latest parody movie is I think it's called The Avengers, a XXX parody, which sounds. It sounds entertaining until you realise it's got China in it, and you're just like, no.
She-Hulk.
She couldn't play She-Hulk,
She should play the actual Hulk.
Maybe if Beth Phoenix ever got into porn, maybe, or...
That's a different topic.
That is a different topic. But it involves Bruce, so I thought you'd appreciate it.
I know, I just don't want to think about China.
No. But that, it's just... The only time I want to hear me and China in the same sentence is,
Going to China?
No.
Well, expensive China.
Would you like some food of the China style, i.e. Chinese food? That's the only sentence I want to hear with me and China in the same sentence.
You've got some expensive China. It was a wedding present.
Exactly. No, don't say a wedding around my fiancée, she'll freak. But,
a situation where the two of you...
You don't have to refer to that, I'm just... It's called a forewarning.
Bonding forever.
Bonding forever. Okay.
By the Serico.
We need to backtrack. But basically, having, gay characters in, stories like this...
Oh yeah, we're back on that.
Yeah. Having gay characters in stories is completely... to me, it just... I don't care. It's like when Dumbledore was announced that he was gay. Who gives a fuck? So he likes...
And the movie still just went fuck it.
So he likes having his crystal balls rubbed.
Who doesn't like having that? I don't... Every man likes having the crystal balls rubbed. What they're wondering is it, Hermione Granger or Harry Potter doing it?
Could be wrong.
The legal ones.
Could be wrong.
But he's ginger.
Let's go get someone to get some grades.
Well, that's what McGonagall's there for, surely.
Hermione's there for.
Hermione's an intelligent girl.
Exactly, that's why he's banging her.
You can't catch intelligence.
No, but
IQ isn't essentially transmitted disease.
You can copy off her though, can't you?
You kind of have got a Pokeball and you're standing around Stephen Hawking.
You can't.
A wild Hawkins appears.
Oh yeah, he'll be great in a fucking. I choose you. It is very small in there.
You know what you could do? You could attach blades to him and use him as a ride-on lawnmower. Just stand on the back of his chair and.
So basically, you want to use Professor Stephen Hawking, the most intelligent man currently living today,
The most intelligent cyborg!
as a fucking lawnmower.
He is a cyborg.
Fuck you and your children.
No, you will. No.
That's fucked up incest, dude.
What?
Fucked up incest.
It depends who's doing the fucking. It's not me. I just said fuck.
And definitely not Stephen Hawking.
Yeah. I think we've exhausted this topic. So basically, long story short, Alan Scott, he's gay, get over it. Because let's face it,
His boyfriend's called Sam.
and there's nothing wrong with that. Nothing at all.
Just ask Pat Patterson
Exactly.
and the Brooklyn Brawler.
So Adam, have you got anything you'd like to discuss on today's show?
Only a segment I'd like to take part in, which is the funniest social media tweets I've found so far. Tweets and stats and stuff like that. And all three of them are from George Carlin. The first one I would like to point out, this one isn't exactly a funny one, but
It's going to be rather hard, that.
What?
Can you tweet from heaven?
They take his quotes and tweet them.
To be fair, Carlin wouldn't want to go to heaven.
Carlin doesn't need heaven. He just exists. Anyway.
He's a vicar in Dogma.
But yes, there are a couple of quotes that fans of his have posted online that he sees. The first one being this: there is no I in team, maybe not, but there is an I in independence, individuality, and integrity. The second one being, if there is a God, I am convinced it is a he, because no woman could or would ever mess things up this badly.
I believe the original quote was, no woman could or would fuck things up as much.
Yeah, but I'm not allowed to swear in the house. Anyway.
Even though you said fuck just a few minutes ago.
Yeah, but I'm trying not to push it too much.
Of course.
Okay.
Well, I'm sorry, would you like to do this segment?
Because nobody talked over the top of me when I was reading the fucking headlines.
I was trying to give you input and make it entertaining.
Yeah.
Quite frankly, some of the stuff you had in there was boring.
Anyway, the final tweet so far is this.
Okay.
To be intoxicated is to feel sophisticated, but not be able to see it. I'm not going to go back to my seat.
We've got nothing else to...
Those are your tweets of the week.
Tweets of the week, indeed.
Excellent. Well, this is what I'd just like to kind of address a topic that I really couldn't give two shits about, but because it's happened, we kind of have to talk about it. Queen's Jubilee.
Ah, yes.
No, move.
No. Dan's a royalist.
Yeah.
We're gonna,
fair enough.
Want to take it up with me?
We've still got flags hanging in our fucking yard. We might as well talk about it. The Queen has been on the throne for 60 years.
Yep.
A lot of people have obviously talked about how caring and how loving and how graceful she is on the throne. And I would hasten to dispute a lot of that, except the fact that I do have one small question. What's the fucking point? I mean, let's face it, at this point, any power she only has because she can't use it. For example, she has the authority to refuse to sign any new legislation. However, she automatically loses that power the minute she uses it. That's one example. In fact, it seems that her only purpose is to make sure that we have a prime minister rather than a president.
It's also, a nice tourism thing for the Americans.
But the problem is they spend more money themselves, and bear in mind who's paying for whatever they spend.
Well, it ain't me and you at the minute.
What?
It ain't me and you at the minute.
No, it's not us at the minute, but whatever they spend, we're actually footing the bill for it.
Mm-hmm.
And what they spend on a yearly basis comes miles beyond what they earn in tourism. In fact, they cost this country close to £6 billion per year. And they do not bring in the same in tourism. They bring less than that in tourism. So if anything, all they're doing is trying to ease the burden that they are on the public. Now, it's saying that they are some interesting personalities in there. I happen to like Prince William. I think William's got a good head and shoulders. He's compassionate. I think Harry has made a lot of bad mistakes, but
it's fucking entertaining.
There is a heart to him.
Yeah, there's definitely
for instance,
a heart to him,
when he was meeting with these people who had lost their children or something like that, and he broke royal protocol and was actually hugging them to console them, which caused a big stink.
I don't know if you've seen him with Usain Bolt either.
No, I haven't seen him.
He was recently did a royal visit to Jamaica. Actually, I think it was just that area in general. Mm-hmm. And while in Jamaica, him and Usain Bolt were messing around, and he goes, "Would you like a race?" Like Usain Bolt. And Harry goes, "Yeah, sure." He goes, "Okay." And he goes, standing on the start line. At which point Harry goes, "If you sit over there," ran. At which point Usain just went, "What am I supposed to do now?"
Yeah.
Am I supposed to go and beat him, or do I just let him win?
Yeah.
At one point Harry goes, "Well, how else was I going to beat the fastest man alive?"
Yeah. But like I said, you've got to be. I mean, Prince Charles, for all he's a fucking lunatic.
Yes.
You know, has his heart in the right places. You know, he cares about the environment.
Philip.
Yeah. Oh, Philip. He's
freaking awesome.
Oh, Prince Regent Philip, I hate him so much.
Currently ill, isn't he?
Yes, he is ill, but he's recovering.
Oh.
Which is good to know. I don't actually wish any ill harm to him.
And of course, the Queen herself is quite a character, but for what we believe, because she keeps herself rather.
Well, she obeys royal protocol.
Yeah, she's very much out of the public eye and whatnot.
Yeah.
But from what you hear, like some of her favourite TV shows, like Deal or No Deal.
Yeah.
It was like the Queen sits down at 4:30.
I know, I fancy him like mad.
It's 4:30. I'm going to sit down and watch if this bitch gets the box or not.
No, dear. Go right to the end.
I fucking hate that banker.
Do you reckon that the Queen? How would the Queen react if she watched WWE Late Night Raw?
The writing is absolutely atrocious. Philip! Philip to America! Philip! Help me do the spinner, Rudy!
I fucking hate that John Cena.
Mother dear, you really shouldn't be staying up to watch Raw. It's a ghastly show.
Maybe so, but John Cena is one of my favourites, don't you know?
Oh, I would not say that in public, Mother. He's not a popular character. I wouldn't go there.
Well, who should I like then? I don't know.
Well, CM Punk.
But he's called a punk. It's against
I know, we don't want to vex me.
It's against royal protocol.
Oh, well, it would make him popular.
Can you imagine him sitting? She's sitting there, right? It's on.
Yeah.
And Punk comes out, and it's his old back when he was doing his straight edge society days. And Harry's sitting next to her going, "You want a piece of this?
Yeah.
Do you want to talk on this?" And she's going, "No, I'm going to shave my head bald."
Last time I smoked one of them, I swore Prince Charles had turned into a monkey.
I'm British than I am.
Yeah, I'd love to see the Christmas party. The Christmas party. No, the Christmas speech that she does. And just like, in conclusion, I wish you all a very Merry Christmas. And if you don't like that, one, two words for you. One, can suck it!
That's almost as good as when Russell Howard did the Queen doing Vanilla Ice.
Oh God, that was freaking awesome, man!
If you don't know what I'm about, please search it. It's bound to be on Google.
We'll put the video link in the description.
It's bound to be on YouTube. But
it is on YouTube.
Is it?
Oh yeah.
But
yes.
Speaking about the Jubilee,
yes,
it was a hell of a weekend.
For everyone that celebrated it,
That's what I mean. If you celebrated it, it was a hell of a party. Around here there was only Burn Hope, a little village up in the hill that actually did cut the streets off and had street parties and fairs a lot.
Yeah.
The rest of the place, just like bunting and people getting pissed in the yard.
Yeah, our father decided to hang a lot of Union Jacks up in the, Union flags, in the yard, and I basically woke up one morning, opened the curtains, and there was just flags lying around, just thinking...
And you spewed your vomit onto Facebook and Twitter.
So yes, I did.
I went, unknowing, I didn't know it was a Jubilee fair, but I went to one in this small village up in York, and the only good part was they gave me cider, and lots of it.
A small village in York?
Yeah, in that area.
Yeah. Yorkshire.
Yeah, sorry. Around that area, I do apologize. And they gave me cider. A fair amount of it.
See, if I was going to York...
That way he's still drunk.
See, I think it's...
This is me sober and just mad.
Thing is, I love York. I absolutely adore York. And if I was going to go down to anywhere near York, you know where it would be? York! I would go to, it's like...
Just outside York!
Yeah. I'm not going to go to a village just outside of York, in Yorkshire, just to, for the Jubilee. I would rather go to York. I love York. I would live in York if I was rich.
I'd say the one thing I didn't like was that there was 6 hours of fucking TV footage of the parade and whatnot, and I think the parade only lasted 2 hours.
Yeah. I mean, to quote Mitch Benn, when they said it was a 60-year Jubilee, he didn't quite think.
Yeah.
What was very cool, though, was on Twitter, the English wrestlers, William Regal, Madness,
of course,
were tweeting about how they couldn't be there.
Yeah.
Apart from Madness flew in the Friday. He said, "I'm so happy I've just made it for the Jubilee, all this, God save the Queen and whatnot." And then he turns around and goes, "But kind of missing America a little bit."
Yeah. I think ultimately what we need to realise is essentially the Jubilee is just the entire country split into two groups. The first group saying, "By God, 60 years, she's still going." The other half going, "When will the bitch die?"
In that second group, Charles.
Yeah.
When will I be king? You won't be, man.
It's like, I just tell you, Harry, I just can't wait to be king. Don't you start singing like everyone look left, everyone look. Dad, stop it. You're embarrassing yourself.
You know what, you sound a tiny bit like Johnny Laurinaitis there.
I should be the king. I am the second vice president of Town Relations, the general manager of Raw and SmackDown, and the next king of England. All hail people power.
Oh my God, can you imagine the heel? No Punk can come out and say he had more fish and chips.
That'd be awesome if Punk could get knighted by the Queen. You will call me Sir CM Punk.
Sir Philip Brooks.
Sir Philip Brooks. May I say I found your promos rather enlightening. Thanks, Your Majesty. Keep on rocking.
Punch out.
Actually, have I slept with you yet? We're leaving now! Where's the Queen? I don't care if you've seen her. The Queen, you're allowed?
The Vince is very Regal's there going, "I don't think so, boy."
This Vincent man going, "I've got to apologise for our wrestling there." Hey, it's quite alright.
Aren't you older than me, young?
They call me the genetic jackhammer. How about we improve Anglo-American relations? You could. But I'm more interested in Linda.
And that's what
that's my fuel for the next month.
Your fuel for the next month. Do you want to
nightmare fuel?
Thank you.
I did say nightmare fuel.
You didn't use that fuel.
Yeah, you just get it jumped. I think
you didn't say nightmare at all, then, dude.
I did.
I'm just covering you, dude. I'm just helping you out here.
God, I hope not.
Sir, you overstep your mark.
So you had the Jubilee.
Yes, we had the Jubilee.
Obviously, you used to weren't a great fan of the...
Here's the thing, right? I'm all for an event that brings people together in the name of, celebration and good humour, and which it was. And I don't know. My concern is...
It was nice to... On my one, it was nice to see everyone get together for something that didn't involve the words world and the cup.
Yeah.
Or Euro.
Or war.
Or war. The world's world, war, cup, Euros. It's nice this year as well if you look at it, from a sporting standpoint, which I know used to, it can now just back off. Just walk away from a little bit.
Yeah.
The Euros is the football tournament kicking off this Friday. It's big. It's the biggest. It's the second biggest international cup after World Cup.
Yep.
As far as we're concerned, because it's just European.
Yeah.
We don't go to Copa del Rey. So you got that, and then you got the Olympic Games in about a month and a half, I believe. And then you got the Jubilee. So it's very much a nice year to be proud to be British and to be proud of where you're from. Apart from the fact that we live in a place full of scummy people.
I think the thing is, I do appreciate the Jubilee for what it's worth to people, and I've got no problem celebrating the Jubilee. My question is, though, why is it when I decide, I'm going to talk about why I don't like the Royal Family, the immediate response is, DIE! Because apparently I'm not allowed to talk about the royal family.
It's treason.
It's not treason.
Sounds a lot like it to me, boy.
You cannot actually, if there's...
Heresy?
Here's the thing. People in this country still think you could be put to death for treason in this country.
Yeah.
It just shows...
Let's not abandon that rule.
Relax.
Let's not abandon that thinking.
Unfortunately, it is abandoned because it's not true. In fact, since the year 2000, there's not a single treasonous act that you commit that would lead to you being executed. You just simply cannot be killed in this country for treason. That's just how it fucking works. But there's
not by the government anyway.
What I especially love is how people seem to take their lessons on the powers of the royal family from Johnny fucking English.
Oh, hi, how you doing?
See, what I would like to do, this is what we should do if we want to be proud of our country. Instead of the Queen making a speech at Christmas, have William Bloody Regal make the speech at Christmas.
Maybe Channel 4 will get that done next year.
I just think, if you really want to be proud of this country, what the problem is? People doing jack shit so they can complain about everything. People doing fuck all so they complain about the country not doing a damn thing. It's like, well, you've got to act. The entire country has to come together to fix their problems. That's what people keep... The big mistake people have is, the government's not doing this, the government's not doing that. Do you know why the government's not doing that? Because the government cares about one thing, how much money they're making from you. If the country really wants to make changes, we have to do it ourselves. And then we have to force the government to come along with us. In fact, the government is kind of like a pet dog which hasn't quite been potty trained just yet. You want that dog to do something, you've got to fucking teach it. And you may get a new dog when the last dog dies or the last dog you have to give away for whatever reason.
The revolution!
Yeah. When you get it, every time your government dog does something wrong, you clip it on the nose or you stick your nose at what it's done and you make them fucking aware that they're not going to do it again.
You just sound very revolutionary here. A young Che Guevara.
Except without the homophobia.
Yeah, because Che Guevara was homophobic.
Apparently.
Which is very ironic, considering what we're talking about.
Right round,
It's a full circle.
Yay!
But I understand what you're saying. My problem with this, about, you can be proud of your country, proud of this, is we talked a little bit about it last time.
Yeah.
The EDL, the BNP.
Yeah.
Yeah, they do kind of make you not proud anymore.
It makes you hard to, you go out and wear, and some of that's England related, or you have a flag flying.
Yeah.
Automatically, the ETL, the BNP. You can't be proud of your country because of them. But more importantly, a lot of things about this country I'm very proud of.
Of course.
A lot of these countries I'm not proud of at all. And one of them is the Jeremy Kyle generation.
Yeah. So,
this generation of people who think all they have to do is get up and watch Jeremy Kyle and then do fuck all and be on the dole for 20 years.
Yeah.
Whereas there's people like you and myself are really looking hard and trying to make something in the future.
Yeah.
But as soon as we walk into that building, we're treated as if we're no good than them.
Exactly.
There's a thing that made me proud of our area, especially my school. We had an award ceremony at the end of the year. And this last one award, not just from the school, but from members of the county as well. I won't mention any names, but they had open heart surgery.
Mm-hmm.
They're about 14 when it happened. So they spent the last year doing different events and raising money for the hospital where they were, whilst doing their GCSEs, and they've raised thousands of pounds for this place.
Which is good.
That made me proud.
Well, that's the thing about this country. We have the ability, right? Here's the thing about this country, right? We're a country of its people.
Yep.
There's a lot of countries that are more, like America in many ways could be a country about its people, but really it's about the government and how it handles its people. You look at the government, that America probably has more conspiracy theories about its government than any other country in the world.
It's fucking awesome, though. It's some awesome theories with them bastards.
But in this country, right, we made this country, from the rural areas, and the farmers and jazz, all the way up to, the businessmen of this country, I mean, look at our business people. We've got, like, Alan Sugar. Lord Sugar, sorry. People like that, we identify very closely.
Well, that right there tells you how to be, it's something really proud of the country is Lord Sugar. The man started off in Bethnal Green, if I'm not mistaken, in the East End of London, in a market stall, made himself this huge businessman to the point where he was recognised by the royals and by the government enough to be saying, yeah, you have now, you have a place in the House of Lords.
Yeah, it's an interesting thing. I mean, in this country, we are a very lazy people. Ultimately, we expect the government to do everything for us. We can't rely on that. We have to get the government to follow us. You see, the government are there to serve us. That is the purpose of government. But we allow the government to act for us.
It's so annoying from a country and a group of countries as well. With Britain being a group of countries, not just one place, as most unintelligent people believe.
Yeah,
it's annoying as a point of the fact that we had the Empire at one point, the British Empire, one of the greatest empires ever to be established.
Yes.
Sure, we didn't do it in the nicest of ways, but most empires aren't.
Exactly.
But we had that, and then we start giving it back because somewhere along the line we felt bad about making money and becoming a
generally rocking up in places and calling it ours.
Yeah, a world power.
Mm-hmm.
And then, but even then we had the Industrial Revolution.
Yes.
The stuff that we came up with, so, there has been nothing like that in decades in this country. And it's got to a point where people of your age and mine have no ambition to do anything.
Mm.
I was at school and I had people when they would go, what do you want to be in the future? People, they had, people turn around and go, oh, I want to be a football player, football manager, which is common around here.
Yeah, of course.
With a big, big soccer.
It's like a lot of kids wanting to play baseball and American football.
Yeah, and then so you had that, and they were like, fair enough, and you had some kids want to be an RAF pilot, some want to be in the army. Fair enough, you want to serve, you serve and do what you want to do. It's something you're passionate about. But then you had a kid who said he wanted to be a pie packer in a factory.
Mm.
Where's the ambition there?
Yeah.
Fair enough, you want to work a job and you want to be something you can be proud of straight away.
Yeah.
But then there was a bunch of kids who barely turned up at school. It was surprising they were in that fucking lesson to be asked the question.
Yeah.
And it was surprising they understood what the question was when it was wrote on the board. Who said, I just want to, I don't have anything, I might work, I might just go on the door when I turn 18.
It's a sad state of affairs.
God, it's going to annoy me that I can't remember his name. It was, this is going to sound really uncomfortable, really evil, but, the guy in the Beatles, the one that got assassinated?
John Lennon.
Yeah, thank you. I knew it was John, I just couldn't remember his last name. And he was asked in school what he wanted to be when he was older, and he said happy. And the teacher said, you don't quite understand the question. He went, no, you just don't understand life. That made me happy. But, I mean, hell, when I was a kid, the first thing I wanted to be when I grew up, and I swear it's true, I wanted to be a cloud. I thought it was physically possible for me to become a cloud.
A postman in Florida.
After that, I then wanted to be a WWE champion.
Still do.
Yeah, I still do. And there are sort of things, I wanted to be a counsellor over the years. I wanted to be a businessman, and I can be, because I'm good at business. But it's that kind of stuff. You have to have ambition, otherwise you're going to go nowhere.
The thing is, when I was...
If you have an ambition to be a bus driver, you're going to go everywhere.
I had
not really.
all manners of different ideas of what I wanted to be when I grew up. The first job I ever considered doing was when I was deeply Roman Catholic. I was a young kid. I thought maybe about joining the faith. I thought actually considered becoming a priest, and then I grew up, and then I decided I wanted to be a teacher. And then I went from wanting to be a teacher to a counselor to a psychotherapist, and then from a psychotherapist back down to counselor, then back to teacher. Then basically I got to the point where I suddenly realised, you know what, I don't know what I want to do in life. All I really want to do is do something I'm damn fucking good at and get paid for it. But I'm not going to do something that I don't like or I'm not good at. For me, job is a bit like fire. Fire needs heat, fuel, and oxygen. For me, a job needs to have job satisfaction, livable pay, and your ability to do it. The desire is all that three. If I don't have all three, you say to me, how about we pay you to be, you could be, I'm trying to think of any fucking job in the world, Okay,
pilot!
Okay, pilot. You could be a pilot. Think about the job you're going to do. We'll train you up, and you're going to get paid, let's say thousands, right? I wouldn't do it. Because it's not a job I'm really good at, and it's not a job I really want to do. There's no desire there. So basically, there's no desire there. You asked me, okay, well, why don't you be... I said, well, let you be a journalist for a newspaper, because I get to write. I'm really good at writing. But, you don't pay me that much. It's going to go, well, no, because I need the livable pay. I need a pay that's going to pay.
Maybe you do on the online edition, you get a lot more money and a lot more job security.
Well, yeah, I mean, it's one of the reasons why you and I are looking to set up our own business.
Yeah.
We
something we're interested in, we're passionate.
With me as the hornswoggle, I love it.
Yeah, the mascot.
So people. My basic point is, people in this country need to get proactive.
It is, and it's something. But I think there needs to be a spark there as well.
There needs to be something to spark it. Basically,
which I think a lot of people were hoping the Olympics might do.
Well, I just haven't really started yet, so...
But I think a lot of people were hoping that it would spark a revenue stream by jobs.
Yeah, well, there was
obviously it probably has in London.
No, it actually has created a lot of jobs, just not sustainable ones.
Yeah, it doesn't help when you're hiring out your fucking building work to the Polish as well.
When I was applying for jobs at the job centre, all the jobs kept going with the selling of tickets, which were 40-hour-a-week jobs. I wasn't in the area, so it wasn't any good to me.
Yeah, no.
But ultimately, we as a country need to get more proactive. Unfortunately, you can't get together as a country and talk.
It comes to something when you go to a jobs fair set up by your local job centre, and they turn around and the best option you have is to either set your own business up or join the military.
Oh, I've counted that as well. There was a jobs fair. This was a couple of years before I worked for Red 5. There was a jobs fair going on in Gateshead. The Gateshead Council.
Yeah.
And literally, I got there an hour after it started. It was due to finish in 3 hours. There were a total of 4 stalls. One of them was just the Edward Award thing. What do you call it? This award, the
Duke.
The Duke of Edinburgh Award. Yes, there was those people there. They had the RAF. They had some other military-esque stand, and they had
Navy,
something like that. I think it was Navy actually. And then the other one was talking about how you could set up your own business, and that was a jobs fair.
I went to the jobs fair, and it was a group of people saying the Duke of Edinburgh was there, the army was there, set your own business there. Then there was a table of, do you want to be a home carer? A table of, we'll help you write a CV. Or what the fuck are you doing at a jobs fair?
Yeah.
Are you IT literate? 2 different colleges there for apprenticeships. And the only thing they had going was roofing.
Yeah.
And I'm going, I can't do roofing. Why? You're a big lad, why not? Just get a heights.
Yeah.
It's kind of needed for roofing.
It's
and then there was lots of, and then half of them said, I can't be asked to come. And they were fucking agencies.
Yeah.
So how are you supposed to find a job and do something if the only options you have are sign up for 3 years minimum in the army?
Yeah.
Or go and set your own business up with no income coming in to help you.
Yeah.
Which makes loads of sense.
The reason that the another thing is I'm applying for council jobs as well, right? And the thing is, there's a lot of jobs that I'm qualified for, given my history, given my experience, and even then I'm not guaranteed to get the job because for whatever reason.
Because there's guys coming out with degrees applying for the same thing, and people say you have fancy degree, and go, ooh, look at that.
Not only that, but I'm a guy that's trying to lose weight. I've got a ponytail. I have a goatee. I'm not getting rid of my fucking pony because I'm happy with who I am. There is bias going on as well. If I apply for a job, and I've seen this happen before people cry bullshit. I once went for an interview with, it was basically a legal firm, and they were looking for someone to be like an admin assistant. That's all it was, type up shit, which I can do. And I could probably do better than the other candidate that was there, but the other candidate was a stunning blonde lass, right? She had the curves in the right places, she had mass in the right places, long flowing hair. As soon as I was in that room, I just thought, I've got to pull something out the fucking bag.
Yeah.
And I went in there as brilliant as I could possibly be. And I knew when I walked out, I did not stand a chance because I had 5 minutes of interview time. She had an hour, and we were finding out that day who got the job. The fact is, if she wasn't in there sucking him off, I don't know, I just, in this country, I think we really
I encountered something similar.
Right.
I was at a shop applying just for a position of just a helper, a customer assistant. And it was down to me and 2 other guys in the group setting.
Mm-hmm.
I was wearing a shirt and everything like that. And because I was warm, at some point I had to roll my sleeves up to help out and do some work. And instantly my tattoo showed. I got the same thing I always get is, that's cool, man, that's cool. And then for a fact that he's got a tattoo.
Yeah.
Look, it's a cool looking tattoo, but he's got a tattoo. And then I sat there, I was talking to the guy, and I'm doing like this group, we're sitting in a group, and they're going asking for some history. And I goes, I previously worked in a shop of the same retail, but at a different location.
Mm-hmm.
Oh, right, that's cool. So I had experience in that system.
Mm-hmm.
But then the guy next to me goes, I've just finished university, I've finished for about a year, I have a degree in political science.
Yeah. Which is what you need in working in a store.
Yeah. I was like, I should do alright here.
Yeah.
Political science has fuck all to do with this, so he's smaller than me, so it was a job that would entail a lot of lifting.
Yeah.
And then the guy next to me sits there and goes, I have a degree in philosophy with a minor in ethics.
Yeah.
What the fuck are you doing here? And I went, right, I just might as well have stood up and gone, and I have previous experience, but I don't have a fancy piece of paper with a degree on it, so I'll walk out now.
It's, we really need to get behind us. I mean, a lot of countries need to. I mean, again, part of the problem is that we are relying on our government to fix everything. Well, unfortunately, that's not how government works.
There is one thing to be thankful for.
What?
We're not Greece.
No, we're not Greece. And our food tastes bad. But
kebabs aren't bad.
Yeah. The kebabs,
Or gyros, sorry.
You know what? If you ever go to Malta, they got kebabs. But moving on from this rather sad state of affairs,
Yeah, we started off optimistic with your boring news. And then we went through more boring news. It was fair, it was true. Then we had his tweets, which were...
I've been relatively quiet.
So basically, you're just trashing the entire show.
No, my stuff was mint.
Even though we did the headlines, which are boring, then we moved on, which was boring. Immediately after the headlines was your segment.
No, I said we did boring news, then more boring news, then we moved on to his tweets. My bit in the middle was awesome. This
is why you don't get paid.
No, because we don't know fucking money.
Because we don't have money.
That as well.
Okay.
You are an incredibly mean person, you know that?
Yeah.
Yeah.
I've never said I was a nice guy.
No.
Nice guys always finish last.
No.
Because they're standing at the start of the line just going, you go first. No, you go first. Oh, I insist.
That is the absolute epitome of bullshit.
No, nice guys only...
No, the absolute
a polite guy finishes second.
What?
A polite guy finishes second.
He's waiting.
Oh, I don't need to do that.
There you go. But yeah, I mean, here's the thing. Right now, it's easy to bitch about everything. That's what the show's all about.
That's why we have the show.
We bitch and moan. You bitch about the news headlines I find. I bitch about you bitching about the headlines, and then he bitches about me bitching about your bitching.
And I just, after that, I sit and return to my chair and nah.
Yeah, you have been quiet for you being a co-presenter, co-producer, and co-founder of Hashtag Shout.
For a good few reasons. One, because you're already...
You're on the laptop.
Yeah, and you're saying everything I'm trying to say. I will go to make a point. Then one of you will come up with an I'm sitting there going, do you know what? I could nap right now.
Then you could expand on that point.
Basically, what I was thinking was...
We have a game.
What I was thinking was that... What I was thinking was... What I was thinking was, on Hashtag Total Markout, we like to do a quiz whenever we can. We like to do...
Yeah, we should have one coming up soon.
Yeah, we have a quiz coming soon. I was thinking, would there perhaps be a game of some kind,
Let's
or
do
a segment that you guys would like to introduce to Shout that we can incorporate.
I reckon we should do a hashtag Shout general knowledge quiz.
So you're thinking general knowledge quiz?
Yeah, just random quiz.
Dan, any ideas?
I didn't play that.
All right.
I think we should also have a hashtag Shout Adam goes to Asda gets donut section on the show.
I'm all for that. I'm for that.
Yeah,
You're sharing, yeah, man.
Yeah.
I'll go with that one.
I think it should be just before we announce the intro to the show, and yeah.
So it's basically welcome to the hashtag. Oh fuck it! Oh. Pass the donuts. Hell, if the
Your queen is spot on.
If the Queen were to appear on hashtag Shout, I'd become a royalist. That's all I'm saying.
I don't believe she does iPads.
She doesn't have to do iPad. She could do iPod. She could do...
Be a pirate, do an iPad.
She probably has a computer. You know what?
Philip has a computer.
You know what my respect would be if they had Alienware. Because if you're rich, you have to own Alienware. That's the rule.
I think Harry's sitting there in his room with all these different fucking...
Dude, we own our own business. Do you reckon we could spring for Alienware?
It can be in the budget.
Stephen, do you reckon the Queen...
Yeah.
What would happen if the Queen used DeviantArt?
Oh, yeah.
Philip, why are all these women naked?
I believe they call it art these days.
Wait, you used to just call it
Can
porn?
I get a pair like that?
I wish you would. I asked you 20 years ago about that.
Well, Philip, that's not how it works.
They'd have to change all those pictures about you, but I like it.
So yes, for the next in a new episode shout, we will try to get in a hashtag Shout general quiz.
I could do a quiz. If you want, we could even take turns in hosting the quiz.
Yeah, I think that is good. You people won't be able to see it, but I will suit up.
Although I do all the work anyway, so
I find the tweets that I read out.
This is a show I don't have to do work on. You said that.
Yes, I know. Doesn't change the fact that I do all the work.
So basically, what happens is Dan comes over, gives us opinions, and we pay him in donuts and drinkage.
You know, we have missed out something.
What?
E3.
Yes, E3.
Do you know why I missed E3?
Because
I didn't get to fucking watch it.
Yeah, there's still videos on IGN.com.
I know, and it pissed me off because I wanted to watch it so we can talk about it on Shout.
Well, maybe next time.
We will talk about it next time!
E3 on next show!
In a year from now, or in a few years from now, we were going, oh yeah, should we talk about E3? Crap, did any of you watch it? No. For God's sake!
Next week we'll talk about E3.
We'll do the quiz.
We'll have the quiz. Sorry, I hit the scissors at Dad's concern. Right.
I just seen them lift, dude. That's all.
Next week we'll have E3.
I will bring back my tweets.
I will do his tweets. We will talk about. We will do the hashtag Shout quiz.
There will be donuts.
There will be donuts, which unfortunately you guys can't have.
Unless you send me money, in which case you can have donuts.
Virtually.
Not necessarily true.
Yeah,
don't tell them that.
We're not a TV evangelical reverend.
I tell you, my brothers and sisters. Now the good Lord says, ask and you shall receive. And I tell you, my brothers and sisters, if you ask us, we will make sure you receive. You send us your money, and I promise, I swear by God, Jesus, amen. Testify. We will send you donuts of the most delicious variety. Now, can I get an amen?
Amen. Amen, Brother Stephen.
We ain't gonna do
praise the Lord.
We ain't just gonna do your normal glazed donuts. Hell no, boy. Hell no, no way, no how. Ladies and gentlemen of my faith and my congregation, let me tell you, we will get the jam donuts. We'll get the chocolate donuts. And if we're feeling a little fruity, but not in that way, ladies and gentlemen, we'll even get
not
some.
Like the green lantern.
Now there's anything wrong with that, my brothers and sisters. If we're feeling a little bit fruity, a little bit energetic, my friends, a little bit dusty roads, we'll get the donuts with the sprinkles on top. Gotta get an amen.
Amen.
Brother.
Preach, Lord, preach.
I like this segment. It could be a feature of the show. Replace those boring headlines it does at the start.
Are we having a service of the Pentecostal Church of Donuts?
Yes.
Hercules.
I'm pretty certain somewhere on the line I mean borderline racist. I'm not quite sure which race I'm insulting though.
We're just the Reverend Al Sharp, dude.
No, Reverend Al Sharp just so you. You basically say that religion is responsible for all the evil in the world. Black power.
It could be worse, Stephen. It could be Dinesh.
Oh, not Dinesh. We'll not talk about the Dinesh.
Alright, Mac, that it.
Basically, because Dinesh is boring as fuck.
And wrong.
And
on everything.
Wrong. Basically,
Maybe that'll be a segment next week, too.
Basically, Dinesh tries to argue for religion without using religion, which makes no sense because religion, by its very nature, is religion. We'll get you doing it, so we'll be fine. But next week, we will have less headlines, just to keep these two happy.
No, you can have the headlines. But you call it interesting news. And your first piece of interesting news was someone died, and then you went on to talking about a banjo made of nuclear wood. And it didn't even have a picture of a glowing piece of wood.
Because I don't include pictures, because I don't own the rights to the pictures.
But you could have you put the, you say this credit to whoever. All I want to see is that you have a glowing piece of wood.
I got
a picture of a glowing piece of wood.
Not that there's anything wrong with that.
What was that? Is that like a Green Lantern cock ring or something?
Your face is a green.
No, that's
Never mind.
Justice League.
Yeah, it works on willpower, love.
Justice League. Well, there is a Justice League Triple X parody.
Oh god, no.
Yeah, it's not very good.
Anyway, I think this is the point where we should do.
Batman one's excellent.
I think now's the time to do some hashtag plugging. So
the two after the
you can follow this show on Facebook via facebook.com/shout-the-show. You can also follow our artist. You know, the artist that does all the artwork for the show and other shows under the Wandering Angel and under Geek Entertainment artwork. It is Race Cannon
Hercules!
at cannonball.deviantart.com. That is CANNONBAWL.deviantart.com. And you can follow us three on Twitter at, well, you got Adam at TheLoneWalker1, but that's the number one. So it's TheLoneWalker1. And I'm pretty certain I just merged E and R as one word.
E-R.
Yeah. You can follow The Geek at Geek_King, and that's 33, so that is G33K_KING, for he is the king of geeks. It sounds like the Undertaker snoring.
No.
And you can follow me on Twitter at SteveJones313. Again, those are the numbers, so it's Steve Jones, number 3, the number 1, number 3.
Go ahead.
No, go on.
I was going to ask for your tweet stats.
Oh, yes. Yeah, just ask me for tweet stats. I will work out your tweet stats for you, because I'm so fucking generous.
And don't thank him. He hates it when you thank him. Yeah,
I hate it when people thank me. You know? I like it when people forget to thank me. But they only thank me when they're fucking
Hey, look. Let's not bring personal grudges into the show.
Fuck you, Jisby!
It's not like one of your best friends went off with the girl that you've liked for a long time and you want to kick his ass till it bleeds.
It's not like that at all.
I said kick.
It's not like that at all.
Next week's...
But you can follow him at Steve Jones 313.
Yeah, the number 3, number 1, number 3. And next week's hashtag shout will be on June 16th, 2012, obviously.
Same bad channel, same bad place, same bad time.
Exactly. And, just as we're about to wrap up, I just want to talk about a few things last week.
We're about to wrap up. Word to your mother?
Okay. You instantly became white.
I know, but I'm black.
Oh, we know that.
At least that's
Now this boy may be white outside, but on the inside, he's as black as a piece of coal, but as hot as bright as the sun.
That's just my soul.
Exactly. The Reverend Al Sharpton's on your side as is God.
So sweet.
So's the Queen, but that's a different matter. And Kylie.
You know, you're kind of drifting off into that chicken from the Looney Tunes, or the rooster in the Looney Tunes.
I say, I'm not a chicken, I'm a rooster.
Rooster cockpit.
Yeah. But we talked about a game last week called Akinator.com. We would heavily advise that you go play Akinator. It's a great game.
I won.
We're on it!
I won this morning.
We are potentially... You can...
No.
If you try to use us as the people you guess, they can guess it. They can guess us. We're on there. We have pictures in every game.
No, the idea is to not guess. Phone and not guess us.
Yeah, I know, but I'm just saying.
Yeah, but it's funny if you go. Plus, it makes us kind of famous on the game.
Yeah, it's a constantly evolving game. No, we're not sponsored by them in any way, shape, or form. God, I wish we were, although they're probably not making that much.
I'd like to be sponsored by Mountain Dew. And jam.
If I could be sponsored, that's the last question of the show. Let's do it. If you could be sponsored for the show by any company out there, you can be sponsored by any company. Who would you want to be sponsored by? But you only get one company.
Oh.
But they'll give you free merchandise.
Okay.
Right? So not money, but they'll give you free merch. Any company.
Alienware.
Bastard. It's a good one. Come on. Unfortunately, I can't be sponsored by Farmers because steaks would be the one I go for. But,
You go Outback Steakhouse.
No, I prefer cooking it myself. What about yourself,
Browsers.com.
You realise you just get like tears. You're not going to get the girls.
I know.
Just checking.
Okay, maybe Vivid then.
You still don't get them. And China works with Vivid.
Yeah, no, that's a problem.
Yeah.
Yeah, definitely Browsers.com.
For me, it would probably be something like that. I'd rather.
If I'm not allowed an adult entertainment site.
For me,
www.com.
For me, it would either be YouTube or be WWE.
Yeah, Vince McMahon sponsors you.
Yeah. Vince McMahon sponsors you. He's like, just mention wrestling every now and then. Oh yeah, that's going to be a problem.
We do all the time.
It's like we don't even talk about TNA on our wrestling show. We don't talk about WWE. No, let's talk about Rays. I wouldn't mind being on Vince McMahon's payroll as long as I have to join the Kiss My Ass Club. Which is rumoured that John Laurinaitis might have to join, but we'll be news about that on the next week's show, which will be #Total Markout, featuring.
Which we won't have to talk. Won't be talking about a rumour. We'll be talking about what happened or not.
Yeah, and that show will feature Dan, the Geek King Anderson,
Yeah.
Eric Von Never Says Thank You, Jisme, and myself. And ladies and gentlemen, just want
You are trying to bury that motherfucker.
Trying?
Okay, you are burying that motherfucker.
Damn right. Oh, trust me, I think on the next Total Markout, me and him are going to come to blows.
Oh, lovely.
Not that there's anything wrong with that.
Fuck you. Ladies and gentlemen, Dan actually has a new show out. It's finally debuted on blip.tv and on YouTube. If you visit blip.tv/book-mark, you'll be able to watch. You'll be able to watch the brand new premiere episode of Book Mark. Where his guest will have to book WWE television Raw storylines between January 5th, 2004 all the way up to WrestleMania. Then in part 2 of that particular...
Who's that guest?
I've heard he's a twat, that's all I know.
He's a burying motherfucker.
He's a burying, self-opinionated, arrogant, disrespectful cunt.
It's you!
Yes, it is! It is, Mace.
What just happened?
Basically, I insulted myself for comedy and pointing out actual flaws.
Fair enough.
It's always fun.
So self-deprecation humour.
Exactly.
Fair enough.
Not to be confused with self-defecating, which is really funny when my friends keep calling it that. Oh, that's self-defecating humour.
Yeah, but go watch my show.
Yeah, go watch his show. You can watch it on blip.tv or you can watch it via YouTube at the Wandering Angel channel. You should know it by now. But I would strongly advise you watch it on Blip because then he makes money.
And you can break it up.
Yeah, it's broken up into 4 different videos. Each video being just a little over half an hour each, so a good way of breaking it up, getting it all watched down. The entire show is about a little over 2 hours. So you can watch it as a full video on YouTube. Yeah, you can watch it as a full video on YouTube, or as we recommend, go visit the official Bookmark channel on blip.tv/book-mark. Link will be in the description. And it just leaves us all to say goodbye. So obviously it's been a bit of a weird show this week. Obviously, the headlines have been a bit all over the place. Remember, check out the live stream of the Venus Passing. It's worth seeing, considering you'll never see it again in your lifetime.
Not until 2117.
Yeah.
You're not going to try and say that link again, are you?
No, it's going to be in the description.
You just said that to start off with.
I could have, but you were pissing me off, so I thought I'd torture you a bit more. So basically next week we're going to have some less headlines. We're going to have tweets of the week. We're going to have the #shout quiz. And we're going to have we're going to be talking about E3, which will be fantastic. And it just leaves us all to say goodbye.
And whatever else pops up.
And whatever else pops up, exactly. Maybe we'll talk about porn. Who knows? Maybe we'll finally talk about it just to keep Dan happy. We won't. Adam, do you want to say goodbye?
Bye.
Dan, do you want to say goodbye?
Peace.
Stephen, do you want to say goodbye? No. I want the Queen to say goodbye. Goodbye. Bye, everybody.
Bye-bye.
Bye.
Bye.
And remember, this is #.
Show!